it's Rachel with Scout, and today he and I are going to work on leash walking. We did a little bit of the barking at people on leash last time, and I will still correct his barking as it comes up. Sit, good boy. But I want to focus on the leash walking this time. So, we have two methods for loose leash walking. The first method is called the back method. Now, what that is sit, good boy. When he starts to pull, so when he gets to the end of the leash, he's way out there, and as soon as there's tension on that and your arm goes out, then you stop walking, pat your leg or snap your fingers and say, Scout back. As you can see, he responds really well, and we have slack in the leash, and we can continue on our way. No barking. Good boy. Okay. And the other method that we have is what I call the reverse method. So when we're walking, and if he's pulling straight out this way, I turn 180 degrees from the direction he's pulling, and I say, Scout, this way. And we go in the opposite direction. This way. Good boy. Good boy. You know, he is very attentive to what I'm saying. That's really good. One of the great things about the working breeds like this is though they do have a lot of energy and can be kind of hard to control sometimes, they really like being told what to do. They like having a job or a task, and so he is very responsive to me, which is really great. I'm sure he's even more responsive to you since you are his owners. So those are the two loose leash methods that we're going to work on. Just a couple of quick notes before we get started. Once we go over this, it's important for you to never ever let him get away with pulling on the leash. Since he knows how to walk nicely on a leash, it's up to you to help enforce that so that it becomes a habit for him. So anytime the leash goes on, he's walking nicely on it and not pulling you, not turning into a sled dog. Another thing is the proper way to hold the leash. You put your thumb through the loop and you make a fist around the loop like that. This makes it so as long as your fist stays closed, there's no way that the leash can be pulled out of your hand. And it also really distributes the pressure on the leash if he does, run all of a sudden, and so it's nice and comfortable for your hand as well. And this is the most secure way to do it. I see you have quite the fancy leash here, and he does really well on it. He honestly doesn't pull that much, but just for you, for your information, you might want to try walking him just on his collar for a bit. Our trainer, Jason, who has a lot of experience, he does the boot camp training here, he told me, which it was new to me as well, that sometimes the harnesses can encourage pulling because they feel like they're being more restrained, and so they want to pull more. And also, by having it more around their body, they can lean into it a bit more and get more force behind them, so they can pull harder with the harness as well. So, if this is a safety thing, if he slipped out of his collar before or something like that, then of course the harness is very important. But just for your information, you might want to try walking him, just around the block or something, or in a park, some enclosed area, with just his collar, and see if you can train him to respond well to just the collar. Okay, that's enough there. Now we're going to start our loose leash walking, so we're just going to be kind of walking around, and as soon as he starts to pull, I'll do one of the two methods and see how he responds to that. Come on, Scout. Scout back. Good boy. Good boy. Very responsive. I am loving this. Scout back. Good job. Even though we have Ashley working over there and she's doing stuff with the hose, so he has distractions, he is still responding to me immediately. So that is so great to see. Scout back. Good boy. you this is. Good boy. Now, Scout back. Good job. For loose leash walking, sit. Good, sit. We usually don't use treats. That's because the treat is we get to continue walking. So, for however long it takes him to come back to me with using the back method, that's time that we're taking out of the walk. But he doesn't get to keep going forward. I'm just waiting on him. So when he does what I want, no, sit, good boy, then he gets the reward of continuing his walk. Now, I'm just having him sit here while I stop. It's just a good habit for him to get into. Makes it a lot easier for you, so if you see someone on your walk that you want to talk to, he can sit here nice and quietly, not be pulling you around. Or if you get to a crosswalk, you want him to sit nicely so that he doesn't step into the street or anything like that. So it's just a good habit to make him sit. No, sit. No, sit. Scout, sit. No, sit. Good, sit. Okay, now we're going to do this again, and I'm going to work on the reverse method. You did really well with the back method, so that's definitely a good one. Let's go. This way. Good boy. Good boy. Scout this way. Good boy. Scout this way. Hey, Dad. Good boy. Yeah.
Woo! Right out of control.
Sit. Scout, sit. Good boy. Okay. That is the best leash walking in a single video that I've ever seen. So good job to Scout. He is very responsive, and that's really great to see. As you can see, a couple little notes is when he was pulling, I was going in the opposite direction he was pulling. I wasn't necessarily turning around 180 degrees from the direction I was going. When he was pulling off to the side like this and I was going this way, I just turned and went this way and corrected him like that. And he was very responsive to it. Scout, sit. No, sit. No, sit. Scout, sit. Good boy. He was very responsive to that correction, and as you can see at the end, we were walking around just fine on a perfectly loose leash. He was still happy, having a great time. I wasn't, keeping him from any fun or excitement, and he just did a very good job, so that's good to see. And he has a little bit more trouble sitting when he's distracted, when he sees people walking around, but he does respond well on the leash and for the walking and not pulling, even with distractions. So we're just going to keep working on this. I'm going to walk around a bit more and try to switch up the methods a little bit. It's really great since he responds to both so well. Definitely try both out on your own for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day, mixing it up, see which one he responds best to, and also see what works best for the certain situations you run into. Come on, Scout. Scout back. Good boy. Good boy, yeah. Oh, yeah. See there, he's getting very excited. He's loving our walk. Good boy. Scout this way. Now I know he still has some problems of barking with excitement on the leash. Scout, sit. Sit. Good boy. So, if, say you're out for a walk and you're actually walking and you see someone that he starts barking at, what I would suggest is doing the reverse method. So just turning around to where you you catch his attention a bit more, you have some more control over him, and then you can try, no, sit. No, sit. Sit. You can try making him sit, or at least get more control of him so you can do the left-handed circles that we went over last time. You know, distracting him like this, just to get him back in control and distract him from that. So that's how you could pair those two things together. But he's doing a really great job on the leash. He's very smart, so with a little bit of consistency on your end, he's going to be great on the leash in no time. This was Rachel and Scout, and we are working on loose leash walking.